Please stay with us. Let's just bring our audience a little bit of context. Remember, these remarks were first sparked by remarks made by Narayan Murthy a few months ago, in which he'd said that he expected his employees to work very, very long hours. Now, after that, you've had a number of different founders come forward. Radhika Gupta, for example, from Shark Tank, coming in and saying that she's actually worked 100 hours, but she's not found it productive. So that question, 90 hours, is it enough? Does it stop being productive after a certain amount of time? You've had multiple founders, everyone from Zomato's founder to, as we just said, Narayan Murthy, chime in on this debate. This is also at a time when Europe is seeing, remember, a number of countries change from a 5-day work week to even a 4-day work week. So there's that shift happening. At the same time, UK, a startup saying that it wanted to have a 7-day work week. So essentially, employees coming in every single day, not having a single day off. So these have been the different aspects to this entire conversation. Now, we do have callers joining us, and we'll just go to them in a second. Sundar is joining us from Ranchi, and we'll go over to him to understand more. We'll also keep Harish with us so we can keep going back to him. Sundar, thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. Sundar, this question, how many hours are the right amount of hours to work? What's your answer to it?
Well, the answer to it would be there should be in between the working hours, whatever it is, they should have also interaction among themselves, human to human, instead of being only machine to machine, human to machine rather. So that is the which I wanted to give. The cost of development should not be at the cost of the humanity or human interface.
So, if I'm understanding your point correctly, Sundarji, what you're saying is that A, shouldn't be at the cost of human interface, but B, to answer that exact question of do you think people should be working 90 hours, do you think Narayan Murthy was correct when he said that, or this current work-life balance, that's the right way to push it? What's your answer to that?
I do not know how they have arrived at this work-life balance. That is a questionable thing, no?
Yeah.
On what basis?
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Sundar, and thank you for giving us your opinion. Let's go over now to Chennai, where Venkat joins us in. Venkat, thank you for calling in. Venkat, let me just tell our audiences, you can call us in. We want to know your thoughts on this entire story. Venkat, this debate, 90-hour work week, but at the same time, Infosys is doing different things for its own employees. How do you see it?
I am very happy that finally software company is able to identify what is employee-friendly policy. I'm happy that they did not go with the current situation where everybody is saying that you need to work for 70 hours. Okay.
Right.
What happens is in IT companies, you don't have a fixed time schedule because your clients decide what work comes and what time it comes, and also schedule and timelines are very, very, it's difficult to, fix up yourself. It's not like your government job or not even like a factory job. You are always available to the client because your internet is on, your laptop is with you. So achieving this work-life balance is very important for a country like India, Vietnam, Philippines, third world countries. In Germany, in US, there is a law prohibiting you from working more because your insurance will be revoked, or
oh wow,
it can. Germany has a law wherein if you work more, your employer's insurance will be revoked because the insurance company will find out whether your company is making you work more. There is a law because I was in Germany, I know this, and I was surprised that the government is thinking so ahead of all these things. Like, we are a third world country, so we cannot expect those laws. But we need to identify the balance wherein our employees or people don't feel the burden of work. Work is like, work and education is always something that we need to enjoy and do. It's not like you feel that you have a load on your mind or your body.
So
this is happening across the third world countries, in China, in India. Of course, China is now a much better country, but in India, the problem is we don't even have a discussion or a dialogue on this. People think that working more is more important, but you need to be smart.
Can I ask you, Venkat, a trickier question here? To the point that you were making, I just want to ask you, so what do you think is needed in India? Your point is that now IT companies, for example, are recognizing the need for a work-life balance. But I want to ask you, because you said this right now, that maybe all employees, blue-collar workers, for example, may want to work 12 hours. They may have a more immediate need for money. So in a country like India, where there is economic stratification, what do you think is the right way to go ahead?
See, you give the choice to the employee. If he wants money, see, there are people who have different life goals in their personal finance. I mean, they may have some guy maybe, looking forward to his son or daughter to study in a better university or abroad. So he may need money, and give him the choice to work. But a married guy, newly married guy, he may not need that money. He may be looking forward to live a good life with his new wife or a kid.
Okay.
Give the choice to the employee.
I love that. Venkat, a great point you've just made. Thank you. Give the choice to the employee. Allow, whether it is a blue-collar worker, a white-collar worker, let these debates about how long one should work not remain just to white-collar workers. Let it be that everyone has a choice. Again, we'd like to tell you, you can call in on the number we're showing at the bottom of our screens. We were showing it a second ago. Call us in, give us your opinions on this story. Let's go over very quickly to Rajneesh Singh. He's a CEO for the Simply Group. He joins us right now. Mr. Singh, it's a CEO like you who had made this statement, perhaps one of India's biggest business minds who'd made this statement originally, that sparked this debate, where he'd said employees need to work 90 hours. But since then, you've had a number of other founders come in. Say that these founders have come in, they've said, don't compare our stories to your stories, don't work 90 hours. So there are two sides to this debate. How do you see it? All right, I don't think we have him on the call. We'll re-establish our connection. We'll go over to Pulak, who joins us from New Delhi. Pulak, how do you see this debate?
Hello.
Hello, Pulak. We can hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
You are audible. Tell us, Pulak, how do you see this debate? When it comes to hard work, do you think 90 hours no limit, or do you think no, it's important to keep restraint?
Basically, the people are many people are facing many problems due to the above 10 hours per day working. Because I have seen in USA, Japan, German, as well as some European countries, the people are maximum working hours is 45 hours once a week. But in India, the people are facing many problems due to the overworking load. So people are facing the mentally problem as well as the health issue, because work is good, but at first you have to focus your health, like you can say the mental health as well as the physical health. So I think the working hours will have 7 and 8 hours, and one day we'll have full holiday for the workforce, because nowadays the women are giving the significant role in our workforce, approximately 47%. So when the women are facing 10 hours, 12 hours working in a day, so it will be very problem, because they cannot maintain their home, and they cannot maintain the office. So I think the working hours will have approximately 7 hours one a day. It's better, because the fresh mind will be give the good quality of work. So in my opinion, working hours will have reduced in India.
All right. Working hours need to reduce. Let's go back now. Let's go to someone who is responsible for setting those work hours. Rajneesh Singh, he's the CEO of the Simply Group. He joins us right now. Sir, multiple callers joining us on the show saying that in India, we say that we only want our employees to work 8 hours, 9 hours, but sometimes we're still encouraging them. So even if the rules say 8 hours, 9 hours, we're still encouraging our employees, softly, gently, nudging them to work longer hours. So we've had a few employees call in and say that until we change the basic Indian work culture, nothing is going to change. How do you see it?
No, I absolutely endorse that view that, it's a kind of a practice that needs to come from both sides, from the employer as well as the employee. The employers also need to be mindful that too much of stress at work is also leading to very severe situations where, of late we have been noticing people actually losing their life purely because of, a cardiac arrest or a heart attack. And these cases are only growing, and it is all age agnostic. So, which means that somewhere too much of work, too much of stress, I think is all adding up. On the other side, I think the employees also need to be mindful, and this is what I was reading about the Infosys news, that they are now talking about a 9.15 hours per day over a 5-day week working, which is very interesting because that definitely brings in a serious contrast to what we heard from Mr. Narayan Murthy. I mean, this is like a 46, 47 hours speaking towards 70 hours. So I think if it is a HR initiative, employee probably study that they might have done where they are seeing a serious impact on the health of the employees, and which has a direct then repercussion on the productivity, on the efficiency for the organization. So I think at a very high level, organizations need to become mindful. Employees in their own way need to definitely convey, if there are surveys being held up by organizations, I think those voices need to be raised so that there is a balance that is struck between how the employers want to get the work done and how much the employees can contribute.
Okay, and Mr. Singh, I want to ask you there, and firstly I just want to say I appreciate you, coming out and saying so openly that it needs to be a middle ground between those who are running the corporation or any organization and the employees. But Mr. Singh, I just want to ask you, in the last year we've seen incidents where you've had younger workers in very prominent companies. Ernst & Young, for example, was in the spotlight a few months ago when a young employee died, and work pressure was one of the reasons pointed to. You have very, very prestigious global companies, my point is, Mr. Singh, that say that they have HR setups, that say that they don't encourage working overtime, they encourage work-life balance, but still these issues happen. So somewhere is there a problem where we aren't empowering our employees enough? We're saying all of this, but we're not doing enough?
I absolutely agree with it. And a lot then also, good that you brought in the EY case because I had a very strong view on that. Such incidents definitely boil down to not only the organization, but to a large extent to the reporting managers who get their team members to do these extended hours of working. And in Anna's case, that is what happened. I mean, a lot was being driven by that individual probably. But yes, because it blew up, I'm sure an organization like EY also kind of understood the gravity of that situation. But very clearly, it is important that such matters do get addressed right from the top level. And one shouldn't be really reacting when an incident like an Anna happens and somebody who loses their life. I think that is something, and that I believe that was a case which was like a wake-up call. And it is good if 10 months or a year down the line, if we are seeing a report of Infosys taking a U-turn on what Mr. Murthy had said, I think it's a very positive change.
All right, sir. Thank you. And to all of the callers who gave us a call, who let us know their views, thank you for calling in and letting us know your thoughts.
It's Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks. Way ahead of the times.